Okay, it's time for another DC comic book movie. This is like hopefully one of the last ones that was produced under the previous regime before Warner Brothers merged with Discovery. And let's talk about Blue Beetle. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. Okay, Blue Beetle. This one is about a Mexican American kid named Jaime Reyes who lives in the DC version of LA, and it's a extreme stereotype of like the, rich Bel Air neighborhood versus poor Compton, like, and it's just it's very over the top, and really, this movie is not served well by its narrative or story at all. So let's talk about what I liked about it. I actually really like the character of Jaime Reyes, who becomes Blue Beetle. I think I think he's really, really well played by Xolo Maridueña. I hope I didn't butcher your name, buddy. I'm gonna call him Xolo for this because I'm bad with names. So he's really, really, really good in this role, and I think he has the skill as an actor to really carry this film, and I think he does a really good job. Very like perfect for this like unassuming young kid who's just trying to find his place in this world. He's the first person in his family to graduate college. They're all really proud of him for that. And yeah, he's a really good actor. I really like him in this. The movie actually looks really good, and the music, I actually really, really liked the film's score. So I liked all that about it. The action looks good. Overall, it's generic DC comic book movie. Here's what I didn't like, and that's almost everything else. Here's here's where I have the problem with this movie. It is a absolutely ham-fisted attempt at political commentary. Again, another one of these movies that wants to have a message about, the dangers of unchecked capitalism and white people are bad, and yet it delivers that message with all the subtlety of getting a piano dropped on your head. This movie is not hiding the ball at all. It is outright, and actually, it's kind of super duper racist. Mostly because of George Lopez's performance. George Lopez. He is like every negative stereotype about Mexicans rolled into one character, and it is awful. It's really, really, really cringe-inducing. I feel like the word cringe is overused, but this is the perfect example of it. You just I wouldn't encourage you to see this movie because it's not a very good movie, and his performance here is something to behold. Um, I expected Lowrider by War to just play at some point during this movie because that's how badly it stereotypes a certain race of people, and I think that's kind of lame and silly. So, um, it's just even thinking about it is like kind of nauseating. Um, they do a fairly decent job of like, hey, we want to portray this Mexican family in the United States that is going up against all these different struggles. But like I said, there is no subtlety here. It is just like, man, it is just over the top and completely absurd. Same goes with the villain. Susan Sarandon is cast in this. She's like the big bad guy, Victoria Cord. And let me tell you, she doesn't seem very interested in actually being in this movie. She looks like somebody handed her a piece of paper and said, okay, I want you to stare at this paper and read the words, and then we're going to record you on film. She seems completely disinterested in being there, and it's almost like the filmmakers in DC just said, hey, we're going to get a name, right? We're going to get a recognizable name and face who's been in Hollywood for a long time. People are going to be like, yeah, that's your bad guy. And she just sucks. The character is awful and completely over the top. But Sarandon's performance doesn't match that. She just seems like she's collecting a paycheck. And yeah, this movie overall is pretty bad. I wanted to like it. It has some good things about it, but overall, it's generic 2023 comic book movie with political commentary that is just insane and nonstop throughout the movie. The movie excels when it's not trying too hard, but the problem is it spends 99% of the time trying too hard. So that's what I thought of Blue Beetle. A lot of potential here, completely wasted because Warner Brothers and DC are trash. Thanks for watching this review, though. Hope you liked it, found it helpful. I hope you consider subscribing. You can also like and share the video. That tells YouTube that it's worth promoting. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong about Blue Beetle. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. per the usual.